Hey guys, welcome to another Sessions with Stef. This looks weird, right? You just see me. You're used to seeing someone right next to me. But now, this is something completely different because, you know what? We're getting wild. Hi Lisa, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, we're going crazy on Sessions with Stef.
Woo!
Guys, I had the opportunity to do a Sessions with Stef live with a live, I want to say studio audience. It wasn't, it was a live album launch. Mr. Gianni Bodo, amazing singer, songwriter, performer, U2 lookalike, as you're going to see. I said that on the podcast live. Released an amazing album. He did an album launch at a beautiful local on St. Hubert, which I had the pleasure and the privilege of going there, recording the show, which you're going to see on this podcast. And you're going to, well, not the whole show, but you're going to see bits of the show. And you're going to see a live podcast done in front of an audience, the live audience that was there at the album launch. It was amazing. It was something. I was so blessed to get this done. I've always wanted to do this. I thought it would be cool. Gianni Bodo gave me that opportunity. Thank you so much, Gianni. It's a great opportunity. It was a lot of fun. I want to do more, so I'm letting you guys know if anybody wants to do album launches, any performances that, if anyone wants a live podcast, yeah, it's amazing. No, didn't you like it? Wasn't it cool, Lisa?
Yes, it was. I thought it was absolutely fantastic, and I think it's definitely something that people are going to enjoy.
Absolutely. So guys, you got to check it out. Stay tuned. I'm going to take you there now. We're going to do the podcast, and then I'm going to do my closing quote unquote arguments, which are not arguments, it's just my closing regular. And the drink that I normally have on Sessions with Stef is coming up in the live podcast. So guys, check this out, enjoy, and we'll see you later. Gianni Bodo's album launch, going to be really sweet. It's a album launch. Look behind, right? We're on St. Hubert at this new place, which Emil Vidmar is opening up. A studio, an art, not studio, but actually an art gallery. And it's going to be amazing. Look, I don't know if you can see through the window, but there's lights set up. There's a little stage. I'm going to take you inside where we're going to hold, there's going to be a performance for the album launch. And then after, we're going to go and do a live podcast with an audience. I'm going to give you just a sneak peek here. Look at this. We're coming in. We're going in here, and it's going to be pretty cool. Look, it's going to get noisy, but you'll know what I mean. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
This episode is brought to you by real estate broker Joe DiRienzo. Joe DiRienzo is a very passionate broker and dedicated to the needs of his clients. Mr. DiRienzo from Remax 3000 will work very hard for you whether you are buying or selling a property, be it residential or commercial. If you wish to reach him, you may do so at 514-946-0707. Thank you very much, Joe, for your sponsorship. Nettoyage Diamant, high-quality cleaning service of residential, commercial, and industrial properties. Thank you so much for your sponsorship, and thank you so much to Anthony Paterno, founder of Nettoyage Diamant. If you would like to take advantage of this amazing high-quality cleaning service, you may do so at 514-686-1581. You may also contact them at Nettoyage Diamant on Instagram or on Facebook. And now, back to your episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Gianni Bodo.
Ça, c'est mon introduction, that's it? I thought he was going to come up with something good.
That's after.
Tu ne me reconnais plus l'ombre d'un souvenir, la folie d'un passé qui pour toi n'existe plus. Tu t'es construite une fable dans laquelle j'y suis le loup. Tu redoutes de voir ton reflet dans le secret de mes yeux. Laisse-moi me défaire de ton emprise, puisque je n'en peux plus de penser qu'à toi. C'est ton silence qui me déchaîne. C'est ton silence qui me déchire. J'ai l'âme qui se détache. N'être que pour toi. Je sais le jour viendra où l'on se croisera comme deux âmes inconnues, sans même se dire salut. Is this love, is this love, is this love, is this love that I'm feeling? Maybe. Is this love, is this love, is this love, is this love that I'm feeling? One love, one life. Let's get together and we'll feel alright. One love, one life. Let's get together. One life. Let's get together and we'll feel alright. One love. Let's get together and attends-moi dans l'ombre. Attends-moi dans l'ombre. Je sais que se cache quelque part la lumière qui brille à jamais. Attends-moi dans l'ombre. Et demain, je reviens. Attends-moi dans l'ombre, car demain, je reviens. Si je pars, si je pars, si je pars sans toi, dis-moi si tu m'oublieras. Si le sang qui a coulé séchera, je me noie dans ta pluie de mensonges. Et cette fois, je reviendrai pas. C'est moi qui t'oublierai, qui t'oublierai. I just died in your arms tonight. It must have been something you said. I just died in your arms tonight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, how is everybody feeling here? Hey, how was that performance? Fantastic. We can come closer. We're not, there's no one's singing yet, so there's no spit coming from. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sessions with Stef. Gianni Bodo, thank you very much. Singer-songwriter, performer, amazing vocalist, Bono lookalike, Bono enthusiast, U2 lover.
I'm not alone here.
I know everybody. Everybody is, but you're special. You're special when it comes to U2 and Bono. You embody it. That's for sure. So we're gonna talk about your album. We're gonna talk about first. I mean, we should sit down.
Can I say first? Can I say something?
Sure, absolutely.
I'm so excited that you accepted to do this.
Oh my God.
With all these people that I love, and say, like, I said, Stef, he's never done this before, with an audience, and I said, what do you think of this crazy idea? And he says, let's fucking do it.
Let's do it.
And let's do
excited.
it.
I think it's a different type of podcast, and doing it live with an audience is pretty cool. So, I mean, let's, make some noise, make it even cooler, right, guys? Come on, this is awesome. So generally,
yeah.
Thank you, that's amazing. So generally on this podcast, I start with a drink, just because.
Because I started it.
Because he started it, and I have to do it every. Oh man,
Cheers.
that's.
Oh, I've been on it.
Doing it.
I've been
Okay.
on it.
Yeah.
But usually my mom's not here.
See, now that puts the pressure on you. So, let's talk about the album.
Yeah.
You decided to do an album launch. all his idea, by the way. Live podcast, questions, answers, about the album, of course. And it's a great idea because I've never seen an album launch kind of this way, acoustic, with a podcast.
That's how I roll.
That's how you roll, right?
That's how I roll.
So let's figure out, how does Gianni Bodo roll? How did the album, I don't want to talk about the album, but the 3 songs, let's say, where did you get your inspiration? How did you?
There's 6 songs on the
Yes,
record.
but the 3 that you played, because we heard those. So let's talk about those 3.
Yeah.
I mean, CJ Pad
How do I get the
has been playing for years.
How do I get the inspiration from
Well,
my songs?
where did you get it? Did you?
I don't know.
You.
I don't. I don't know.
So what was your? I mean, you did the first video.
I wait. You know, it's a funny story, but and I've said this before, and it sounds really stupid and corny, but I swear, I kind of like it just happens, right? Because music just, when you write songs, music just kind of comes through you. I think I've told you this before.
Yes, but now they didn't hear it, right?
Yeah, yeah. So it's like I feel like I'm a vehicle for music, and I said the story a million times. Si je pars, you know, it's the first French song I wrote, and I had no intentions to write a French song, and I remember, you know, sitting on the corner of the table at my house and feeling like I got to take the guitar, picked up the guitar, and I had my BlackBerry. Everybody who knows I had a BlackBerry. Because I held on to that for dear life until they told me that I couldn't anymore. and I started it. It was I have the timing. It was like a 3:15, I think, when I started recording the song, and by 4:10 it was finished with lyrics. And I don't feel like I wrote it. And it's funny because when I perform it live, I feel like, and you know, people shit on me because they say that fucking song, right? They say that fucking song. Yeah, okay, it feels like a hit.
It is. It sounds.
Right?
The song sounds.
I'm
great.
sorry I wrote it, but I didn't, or did, or I didn't. But it's one of those things. It just kind of came through me, and that's kind of the way it happens for me.
And I don't know if anyone saw the video. Did anyone see it yet? I mean, I'm sure
The video for Si Je Pars?
Yes.
There's 2.
No, not the Si Je Pars, the latest one.
Oh, the video for Le Silence, yeah.
Le Silence, exactly. That, I mean, I saw it here with you, and a masterpiece. I found the video, the conception
The
of
MRG films in the back there.
It was fantastic.
You know what? We've been doing this. We've had this idea to make films with Si Je Pars and Attends-moi dans l'ombre, and we always did this kind of guerrilla approach, you know, so we would just go out with a camera and film and hope that God was with us. What do you say, Martin? What do you say? The God cinema with us.
Gods of cinema.
Yeah, and most of it that we film is crap, right? And then we call it the gold. We find the gold. But for this one, it was different because I had an idea. You know, I think my principal's here somewhere. Where is he? And we said we'll film it in the school. We had ideas. I had an idea there's like a dungeon in the school, like in the basement, where we keep
Make sure you got the right film you're talking about.
where we keep the kids that are naughty. And
Oh, God.
I don't do it. He does it. And Martin Gauthier said, no, we're not doing that. He goes, we're going to do it in a controlled environment. I want to know exactly what we're going to be filming. So I said, but Martin, that's not what we do. We do guerrilla filming. And he said, no. Come to Dan's house, and we're going to do something really structured. So we agreed to do it this way. So we go to his house thinking, you know, it's going to be a studio set up, and we're in a fucking kitchen. Right? We're in a kitchen. It's a fucking mess. A huge mess. It's a disaster. But they've got this black screen in the back and a couple of lights, and they put a screen so that we could see what we're filming. And everything was a mess. But when we looked at what they were filming in the screen, on regardait ce qu'il y avait dans l'écran, it was magic. And that's not me, that's them.
Well, you mentioned, yes, absolutely. mentioned that you sat watching every clip and you picked all the best clip, like
I did that
hours.
after, but while we were filming, I was like a lot of vanity. I was looking at myself all the time and make sure that I look good on every pose. And then when we do the editing, I make sure there's not going to be a.
You make sure that you look good to do the editing,
Yeah,
and then the editing.
So I participate in the editing so that I look good on everything. But I know that I don't really look like that, but that's okay. In the film, I do. That's what people will remember.
Well, let me tell you, the final product was phenomenal, and I know you also had help to write these songs. You had a lot of help from your musicians, like you spoke about before. I don't know. I'm feeling like we should bring some of the musicians on stage. I mean, I'd like to start off with your doppelganger here, and we'll have Albie and Bridget come up. I mean, we're gonna maybe do a song here, right? You guys want to hear some music?
We'll do, but let's hear what he has to say.
Absolutely.
I want to hear what he has to say.
What you have to say here? I'm gonna give you a mic.
Come sit down. Take the microphone.
Come on this side. This is gonna be don't knock my wine. Nudge it, there's no more.
I have a story about Albie.
Hello.
Albie had this idea a couple of weeks ago that he would.
I feel like I'm holding the candle.
He got
between-
somebody. I don't know who it was that sent him an idea that he should be in this commercial about arthritis. What was it? Arthritis. But the guy who has arthritis is a virtuoso guitarist.
Well, I tried to, we tried to film it. And
So we did this shooting
shot
one
in the
day.
dark.
We shot Albie doing these amazing guitar licks. He's like playing like a guitar god. But he had to say a couple of those lines.
Yeah,
Do you
don't ask me
remember
to
any-
say them.
Do you remember any of those
no,
lines?
I didn't. No, they're all gone.
Come on, one.
Not
one,
even. No, not
one.
even. Do you remember? No, I don't remember.
So,
But he
how do
like-
you- go ahead.
No, he doesn't have arthritis, so maybe.
No.
How do you?
Did you get the commercial?
I didn't get the job. No.
You get the job.
It was a long shot, but you have to
We
try,
take
right?
over,
You have to
yeah.
try.
That's the
Okay, it's
problem.
all right. That's all
It's
good.
okay.
I just want to know how you get over being asked. Wow, this is a serious Bono effect happening here in stereo. Like,
How do
what's
you-
going on?
in stereo,
I'm
yeah.
loving this. Wow. How do you get over being asked?
Stereo love.
Stereo love. There you
Stereo
go.
love, there you
How do you get over being asked, Monsieur Bodo, peux-tu signer? Can you write an autograph?
Well, I mean,
They do look alike. Come on, this has been. Do they look alike?
yes and no. Yes and no.
I think they do. I don't know. I think they do. I have to say, the vibe is from both of you. I get the same vibe, the same passion for your music, and that's why it seems that you guys work super well together. Do you have to, like, when he has an idea, do you try to keep him on the straightened path, or do you embrace his crazy ideas? How do you work with?
Well, usually when we're approaching a song or an idea in studio, it's like I'm looking for like smoothness, like you don't want to fight, you don't want to not, when you're creating, it's got to happen fast and it's got to be smooth, so you don't want to have to.
I'll tell you how it is. Albie wants it to be like that. Albie just wants to play because he's a virtuoso, right?
Wow.
He just wants to play. And so now what we've been doing is I go and I watch him play his magic and I tell him, wait, repeat that bit.
We're all looking.
Repeat that
like
bit.
you said before, you're always looking for the gold, right?
And then the gold, and we're doing exactly the same approach as we do with cinema, with film, with music now, I think, more or less. So Albie's a flow, he's like a player. And
you're kind of saying,
and
I
I'm
like that.
that's what I am. I'm not a musician. I'm just a glorified curator. It's like I just listen to what's good and that's good and put it together. It's like the same thing. When I write songs, I think I might have written something interesting.
How long have you guys been working together?
What's at least 10 years now? At least over 10 years.
Since his kid said,
since
the kid said, why is there two of you?
Wow.
That was the sealer. It's like when your kid says that, you're stuck with the other guy for life, right? There's no other reason. Yeah.
But he's a beautiful guy, man. Right? Okay? Seriously, man.
I think I'm gonna bow out on this one. If you guys want to go in for it, I'm good.
And it's such a unique relationship that we have. It's like the way it all started and the way it's been going on for all these years.
Do you guys want to see some of the magic? Do you want to hear a song? Hey, I think we should hear a song.
Wait, what are we doing?
Figure it out. Who's doing it? Who's?
We do Désynchronisés first?
There you go.
Bridge, you gonna come back? I'd have the other guys come too. It seems like a lot of trouble right now. So we're gonna do it's funny because the song we're gonna do now, I thought that should have been the first single from the new record.
Okay.
But the radio tracker thought that it wasn't. Pierre, I called you yesterday. You didn't call me back.
This is going.
You know who called me yesterday? I called Nicolas Massy called me. You remember him? He's like in an advertisement company. And he called. I think he was drunk though. And he called me and he goes, I want to be your manager. He goes, the Silence song. He said, it's the best song, French song, I've heard in I don't know how many years. It doesn't make sense that you're not a huge star in Quebec. And he kept going on and on. Marina, how long did that conversation go on? 20 minutes? Yeah. Before, yeah. He says he's gonna do something. He knows people. I don't know. People know people. I know Pierre.
Yeah. And you sing extremely well. So let's hear this next one.
On se croise de temps en temps, à contresens dans le néant. Nous sommes des astres oubliés, des étoiles filantes restées figées. Et malgré nos chemins, jadis alignés, la force des choses est d'admettre que nous sommes
désynchronisés.
Nous sommes des îles déconnectées. Nous sommes des branches électrifiées. Nous sommes des flammes détrempées, des satellites désaffectés. Nous sommes des planètes en dérive, de part et d'autre dans l'univers. À force de rattraper le temps, on se perd dans le néant. Nous sommes des corps désaccordés. Nous sommes des voix désenchantées. Et malgré nos chemins, jadis alignés, la force des choses est d'admettre que nous sommes
Désynchronisés.
Nous sommes des îles déconnectées. Nous sommes des branches électrifiées. Nous sommes des flammes détrempées, des satellites désaffectés. Dis-moi quand tu pleurais,
Dis-moi quand tu pleurais,
c'est le masque que tu portais.
c'est le masque que tu
Était celui du regret ou celui que l'on défait? Nous sommes des îles déconnectées. Nous sommes des branches électrifiées. Nous sommes des flammes détrempées, des satellites désaffectés. Nous sommes des planètes en dérive, de part et d'autre dans l'univers. Dans l'univers. Seul, on se cherche, on se donne à nouveau. On repart à zéro, on repart à zéro. On s'isole, on se cherche, on se donne à nouveau. On reprend la leçon, on repart
That's why we have the zeros on the t-shirts. On repart à zéro.
Wow,
Merci,
that was
Albie.
amazing. That was amazing.
It was okay.
I love that song, man. Really good song. Now, moving forward, you're obviously you're always coming up with new ideas for new songs, new tracks. Are you thinking of taking this, maybe going on the road, doing a little
I have big
tour?
ideas.
We
I
know.
have
Do
big
you want to
ideas.
share some of the
Well,
ideas?
one of the big things is we're going to make an announcement right now. Can we?
I would love if you made an announcement. It's great. It's like
On
breaking news, you
Sessions
know?
with Stef.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Do we have a breaking news? Can we?
I'm gonna put it right here.
So on August, le 9 août, nous sommes les têtes d'affiche le vendredi soir pour l'Italfest Montréal au quartier des spectacles. So you guys are here tonight. I hope that you come to see us play. On the 9th of August, we're playing. There's no better venue
Absolutely.
to play than Quartier des
Is
Spectacles.
amazing.
9 o'clock. And I mean, last year, you know who had the same gig?
Yep.
Pagliaro.
Yes, exactly.
Michel
That's
Pagliaro.
right. That was the same time slot, same stage.
Tonight
so.
it's us. They must be confused.
No,
It's
I
gonna
don't
be
think so.
confused. But anyhow, it's gonna be us. But we're doing a 1 hour and a half show.
Wow, that's fantastic.
We're doing a 1 hour and a half show, and the kicker about this show is not only do we have these fantastic musicians, you know, like Albie, Bridget, Franco, and Fred, is that we have for every single song we have a unique visual. I wouldn't call it a visual,
Like an
but a video, a visual experience that's created by MRG Films.
Wow, that's
And-
fantastic.
No,
Wow.
it's very expensive.
That's another way of putting it.
It's very expensive.
But you're going to give the audience something that not many local artists will give at
I
this
think
point, right?
that's what we do. And I think the reason why we're there is because we're proposing for very little budget this like international caliber spectacle.
Absolutely.
And I think that's why people appreciate us.
Yeah. So
They
this
won't,
is
they
August
won't pay
9,
us,
right?
but it's good, you
Hey,
know,
man,
it's all right.
Money's secondary. It's a passion. So this is August 9th, right?
Luca, you were right, by the way, eh? The guy didn't want to give me my money back. That's all right.
Now, you know, we spoke about Albie, of course, and Bridget. I mean, we all know they're married, amazing couple for years. Bridget's a fantastic singer, and so I mean, how did you incorporate Bridget in the act? Because to me, it's an identity. Right? Not why. I mean, how did it come about? Like, it's just, oh my God.
Because she was doing it for free.
You see, there's
And
always a
she's
reason.
doing it for free, and she's fucking great.
And amazing. So
Oh, wait, I'm swearing a lot. My mom's here.
yeah, I know. Eh? Come on.
Look at the way she's looking at me. She's like, "Hi, Mama."
Bridget, do you have?
Bridget, I want to say Bridget.
Okay.
She's not only is she a great singer, she's a fantastic songwriter in her own right, and it's a privilege for. And like I said, we're family, but it's a privilege to have Bridget on.
Absolutely.
To always backups on my vocals, and every time.
Absolutely.
And you know, like, I asked Bridget because I know she's going to elevate my material. She's going to elevate my songs. And I think without Bridget, I'm just like a halfling.
That's absolutely.
Love you too.
Let's, you know, the other two members, Fred and Franco. I see Franco in the back there, and there's Fred. So what's the, you know, how did you meet these guys? How did they come into the band?
Bring Fred
What's
here. Bring both of them here.
Bring,
Franco,
come
Fred.
on down, guys. Come on down. Now we're going to be 4 on the couch. There's going to be a...
And Franco's like, you know, he's a big guy. But if he wears the mask, he might be less scary. Franco, tu portes un masque? Ah, ça va?
You guys have to share the mic there. We're good.
But if you want, you can talk to them. I'll go outside, smoke a cigarette.
No, come on. So how did it come about with these two? I mean, let's call a spade a spade. Drummer and bass. It's the backbone.
He's
Come on, man.
he's gonna be shorter to talk about. He's much taller, but a lot much. Franco, he used to play. Franco plays. Every time I go into a bar, I see this guy playing.
That's true.
Why? It's like he's playing with somebody.
He's playing with
Hey, you know,
for somebody on any
He's
given
playing
night.
for somebody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's played with everybody, and
I recorded with Franco too.
You did?
We had a couple of sessions together. Yeah.
the sessions with Stef.
No, we recorded a couple of songs. Yeah,
But
my
it
brothers-
is a session with Stef.
I guess, yeah. yeah.
It's
It was-
somehow.
it
It's a
was
real
some
session,
sort of
with
session
Stef.
with Stef. Well, yeah.
So Franco came into the project because of Albie. Albie was working with him already, and he has and people. If you the reason why those songs sound so great is not just because I always said it's not just because of me. You know, I write the bulk of the song structure and whatever the lyrics are and the chords, but like what makes it special is how they're interpreted, and he has this feel that's very unique, and we all know it. He knows it. Fred knows it. And I don't know if he knows it, but I do remember, you know, one time it's like, you know, it's like, because we don't rehearse that much because we're not that kind of a band that rehearses every week, and he said, Franco, do you remember what to play? He goes, yeah, I think I do. He goes, because that's how I play. That's how I play. That's how I play. So it's like the parts that come out with, he repeats the same parts over and over again because that's how he plays, but they're just brilliant. They're just brilliant.
Thank you.
How do you feel working with Johnny?
Well, it's an honor.
Dans le micro, il faut que tu parles dans le micro. Dans le micro.
I'm not bilingual.
Même en français, il n'y a pas de problème. Comment tu te sens quand tu joues avec, puis quand tu le vois chanter, puis faire ses...
Je veux dire, Gianni, Fred, Albie, puis Bridget, c'est une famille, fait que c'est toujours comme...
When we get to play together, it's always like...
So, is there Sunday afternoons having pasta spaghetti nights?
Today we had.
Right, all of the band together? Come on, man.
Fred missed the pasta today.
Okay, cool. And so, did you come into the picture after Fred, or?
Not exactly sure what happened, but we worked on Gianni's first record where he had programmed the drums, and I came in and we kept, because we couldn't record at his house, but I brought a snare drum and a hi-hat and a crash cymbal. I think I overdubbed those beats on top of the programmed bass drum.
So there's very few people that have this talent. So there's like, I think you're a drummer, so you would. So what I would do is I would record the drums with a machine, and I would keep the kick drum, and Fred would come and play the hi-hat, the snare, and everything else that was without playing the kick. And he was like a machine.
Really?
Like a machine.
Yeah, well, yes.
Wow.
Well, you listen to that record. Go listen, take one. It's free.
So you played
We're
the
giving
kick
him away.
without the bass drum?
Yeah, I played without the bass drum. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like-
I would feel lost.
I don't know. I just did it. You know? Yeah, I just did it. I was listening. You know, I was check.
Now
Yeah.
he's found.
Yeah,
He
I
was
was
lost,
lost. Now
but
I'm
now he's
found.
found.
Yeah. Amazing Grace.
That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah, so that's when we first started working together, and then we had to put a band together to play those songs live, and that's when I remember we met Albie at Olympico, I think.
I remember what happened
Yeah.
right after.
Yeah.
We're leaving.
Yeah.
We met Albie for the first time all together after I had met him. And what happens again?
Well, people think that some guy saw
Some
you.
guy stops me on the way out
and says,
and
"Hey,
thinks I'm
Albie."
Albie.
Yeah, hey, Albie, of course. Yeah, this thing, and then it's just like the thing that keeps on happening.
Didn't it happen last week?
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Well, last week we went for ice cream.
Yeah.
Who was the guy? Rico. He came
Yeah.
and talked to me. Thought it was you again.
Yeah,
I
the-
can't take it anymore.
You
guy
gotta
at
get
the-
T-shirts with everybody's name on it.
Yeah.
Eh? Well, mine's longer.
You should have a T-shirt. I'm Gianni, you know, and then they switch.
I'm Albie.
But anyway, yeah. So this is how it started, and then we just kept working together. I did some mixing, and then somehow I think at Olympico, I think I was there. I think I was there with Pierre, and then Gianni was there, and I said, "Hey, Pierre, that's Gianni. Gianni, that's Pierre," and they've been seeing each other more than I see them now. But and Colin, yeah.
But Fred is I believe that he's one of the best drummers, producers, and mixers that we have around.
Very big addition. Yeah, very. I had the
And
opportunity.
don't ask me. Ask you too.
Yeah, but
Right? Don't ask me.
absolutely.
It's my word. But apparently
yeah,
Bono's pretty fond of it.
But anyway, so we started working, and then we played a lot of live shows, and then some more songs came in, and it's like 2 albums worth of English material that's amazing we need to finish.
We have a lot of stuff.
I'm saying this live just like
So
to
is
get
this
the wheels going.
It seems like
It's in the pipeline. Right?
Yeah, no,
Listen,
it's
we're doing the French stuff because it's working.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
working.
but there's like amazing, there's like a whole bunch of other stuff.
we have
And
play some right now if you want.
Yeah, and in terms of
course.
in terms of working with Gianni, to me, as a drummer and a producer or whatever mixer, well, mostly as a drummer, as a producer, Gianni always writes. He comes up with these really cool song ideas, but they all have the same exact rhythm, which is the Bo Diddley rhythm, which is boom, 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 boom. So they all.
I never said I had talent.
That's it. Yeah. So they all have that beat. So part of my job, and it's like a challenge to me, is to come up with an interesting way an interesting beat to put on top of that, just so we're not always playing the same thing. So it's been a very interesting thing for me to do.
When you find those musicians that will
take
take
it
your
and-
music to the next level, that's when you keep them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, because that silence-song, or even Désynchronisés, it's the Bo Diddley. So like I have to
I guess
scratch
I'm a
my head.
Bo Diddley guy.
That's it. So I look at
The
this.
Bodo Lee.
Yeah, that's it. So the
Bodo
easy
Lee.
thing to do would just like to be and to play that rhythm, but then you guys would be like, what the hell is this? It's the same exact rhythm, through the whole record. So anyway, that's part of what I do.
Fred's role is to.
Well,
is to
I,
make-
I can tell that I saw you guys. I had the privilege of playing, I think, before you guys in RDP last year, right?
Did you? No, we never got to play.
That's right. Well, I heard
We got
sound
re-
check.
we
I
got-
was
we
at sound
sound check. That was pretty-
Sound check, and it was
Oh,
really.
Franco wasn't available.
That's right.
And,
Yeah,
that guy.
that guy was.
That guy was playing.
And I also saw you guys at Ital Fest as well last year, and every time it's a beautiful show. Band is super tight. Everything is perfect, guys. You have there's something special there. I'm sure everybody sees it here with the performances.
Maybe
that
we
saw.
should play another song.
We are going to play in a song, and I'm going to ask if anyone has any questions. If you want to think of any questions to ask during this next performance.
I
then
don't have any money to
when
give.
if there's after the performance, I'm going to give a little goodbye, thank you very much thing. But if there's any questions right before I do that, feel free. You can either come up or I'll come to you and ask.
Marina,
the
are
question.
you taking questions online? Is that what's going on?
Oh,
Oh, they can walk in.
we can embarrass them, put them on camera. It's a lot of fun, actually.
That's all right.
All right, let's get a song going. Let's go. Come on, make some noise for them. This is great.
Are you ready? What are we playing? What? Elle ne dort plus depuis une nuit, de peur de s'éveiller dans un rêve où elle n'existe plus. Elle s'entête, elle s'enchaîne. Oh là là là. Si on ne sait plus quel temps il fera, on sait qu'il passera. Vole, 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 vole. Dans ses yeux on entrevoit
d'une nuit sans fin, elle se pose à son reflet. Et si seulement elle était brisée, elle refuse d'accepter que le feu soit éteint. You know the lyrics better than me. Si on ne sait plus quel temps il fera, je sais qu'il passera. Est-ce demain, est-ce débat? Vol. Dans ses yeux on entrevoit la foudre qui frappe, le ciel qui se scinde, une âme qui s'exile. Ce soir elle se donne, elle se jette au fond. Qui sait peut-être elle se retrouvera. Elle se retrouvera. Se retrouvera.
Wow, that was amazing.
I want to give a shout out to Pasquale because
I saw him sing every single lyric there.
Because I was like, it's like he's had a teleprompter. I was trying to figure out my lyrics, and then I started looking at Pasquale's lips.
And he was giving.
Thank you. I appreciate that because it was getting complicated.
Does anyone have any questions they'd like to ask? Not all at once, though. Take it easy. No, anybody?
Where are you going?
No. No, anybody? Nothing? No. There, we got one. We got one.
How do you feel, Gianni? How do you feel right now after all this?
Right now?
Good question.
I feel like I love you more than ever.
There's a couch.
And I
here,
love
guys.
everyone more than ever.
We have a couch.
Hi, we have some people that just showed up at the podcast. You know this is a live podcast. You can't just show up like that when you want.
I think we should bring you on camera. Just
Maria, come here, Maria.
Just
Come
because.
here. Come here, Maria. Come here. Come here, Maria.
So I'm gonna.
So you're gonna have to sing one. You're gonna have to sing one of my songs.
Yeah.
If you know,
Sing one.
Don't you have a game? Didn't you do games?
Do you want to do the game?
Okay, we'll do a game after. Go on, ask me your question.
All right. My question. Well, my question is for the next album. Okay, I know you just released this one, but for the next album, you're already writing songs. Is there a little timeline where we can hear some more music? Because
listen, it's already set. This is what I'm doing.
Oh, beautiful.
There's this massive plan. So we released the EP now. Then I'm going on vacation for 3 weeks.
That's the plan.
And then we're doing a show, and we're releasing Désynchronisés as a second single. Martin and I were going to shoot another video this summer for Désynchronisés. And we're going to release, my plan is to in September to release a vinyl.
Oh, nice.
And on side A is the album as we know it.
Uh-huh.
And on side B, I've been working on these piano acoustic ballad versions of the same songs. And I think it's been a nice counterpart.
Absolutely.
And as soon as that's done, Fred, we released the English EP before Christmas. So we, it's like, what it is now in the music industry. You know what it is that and I'm gonna tell you a secret, and I'll tell you all the secret. So what we do is that we pretend. You guys have been reading the reviews on online and stuff. That's Désynchronisés is the next thing. It's the second coming of Christ, apparently. But that's fiction, right? It's fiction. So the ball looks really big. It looks like we're really moving this big ball, and we're having an enormous success. And it's okay. That's the perception. But in reality, is when the fake ball or the fictive ball seems like it's rolling, the real ball is also rolling a little bit too. And we've been progressing.
Absolutely.
We've been progressing, and we're getting to real places where we might have some real fans other than my mother. Actually, my mother's not a fan.
Every album is a piece of work.
My mother. That's always a mistake. My kids, they listen to the music all the time.
Every album's a piece of work.
Which you listen to what I do? Do you listen here? Yeah, there we go. Younger generation.
So every album is a piece of work, and you learn as you grow, right? And that's what you're doing. You're growing. You're building that ball, and every album is a stepping stone to the next, because you have new experiences to write about, to put into your performance.
Every day is a new experience.
Exactly. And an album is
and it's not just musical, and also as people we learn. And I'm learning from you as a person right now.
Oh my God, don't please.
So I admit there's not much to learn, but I'm learning something.
Not much to learn, please. So I mean, before can we do a game? You want to do a game? Okay, we can do it. So basically on the podcast, I have a few segments. We've done one or two of them already. I'm going to ask this one because it's a segment I call Worst Gig Ever. Okay, so it's a segment where you have to think of one of your worst gigs, and it doesn't have to be a performance. It's something bad that, just the gig was no good. The sound sucked or whatever. Worst gig ever. Like something.
I don't know. Do you remember?
I've heard a lot of wild stories on my podcast of worst gig ever. So
it wasn't a bad gig, but I'll tell you, it was. We went it was 2 years ago. We were selected as a Canadian Music Week, Jim Beam. I don't know. We were invited to Toronto.
Yeah.
Right?
That's painful.
We played very well, but I remember the first thing I said when I got on stage. I said, "Is there anybody in the room here that's not a musician?" Because the only people in the room were the other bands.
Oh God!
And we traveled to Toronto and we paid for the hotel. There was nobody else there except for the musicians. And their dirty underwear. And their dirty underwear.
And the stage. How big was the stage?
Oh, the stage. We were like, the speaker was there, and I think we were behind the speaker like this. And Franco takes up a lot of room. It was really terrible. But I gotta say that as terrible as it was. And there was no sound man. There was a little soundboard like that. And Franco, do you remember what happened? Tu t'en souviens? You touched the soundboard. You remember you touched the soundboard? And the bartender said, qu'est-ce qu'il t'a dit? He t'a dit,
Get the fuck out.
Is that you always touch other people's stuff?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he said you always touch it. And there was just like a three
buttons there.
And the thing is, the guy was the rudest guy ever. But wow. You did a good performance when after you performed, the rudest guy ever, he's paying you drinks and he's talking to you and he loves you and that's it.
So in the end, it wasn't the worst gig.
It was a bit of a Cinderella story.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
The shoe fit.
The shoe fit. Another segment that I do, which is a lot of fun, and I usually ask whoever's on to put together an all-time band that they would put together. The problem is, I already know your all-time band. It's you too, so the question's been answered.
No, not necessarily.
So if you had to pick musicians, dead or alive.
We'll do it this way.
Yeah.
Because
every
I'm predictable. We'll ask Abby if you had to pick the guitarist. And you know what? I have other people too. I'm not going to ask you. I'm gonna ask Tony because I have a lot of my family are here, and they're all musicians. We're like a family of musicians.
Fantastic.
So Tony was the guitarist. When I started playing music, the first time we played music when is in his basement, and we were learning 3 songs. It was Black Magic Woman, Pink Floyd, which one?
Wish You Were Here, probably. Another brick in
And
the
I
wall.
was playing bass.
Oh, wow.
Right, and I was just learning. I was like a little kid, and the first song they made me learn was "Limelight" from Rush.
Wow. Okay.
Right, and I know what his answer is, but if you had to pick all-time guitarist, I knew it.
Eddie Van Halen.
I should have told you in your ear.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, and then after that,
Uh-huh.
we started a band called KG, Knavish Gloom.
Okay.
And that was my first original project. And the funny thing is that in the back, you have Jean-François Nolin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this guy, he owned Studio Peter Pan. Ever heard of Studio Peter Pan? You ever heard of Studio 2000?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody used to go there. And we used to go record at Jean-François Nolin. And that's how I met Fred. I met through
Okay.
Jean-François.
Okay.
And we had this band called KG. And my cousin Ludo was the drummer in that band.
Wow. So now we're on to bass players.
No, we're the drummer.
Oh, drummer. Okay.
So he's-
Okay.
Who's the drummer in the band?
Who would be the drummer in the band with Eddie Van Halen?
No.
No, but who would you? He's like, if Eddie's on stage, I'm taking it. Which drummer would you pick to play? There you go. He nailed it. I have to say, he just
So I
told me
knew
in
it
my
was Eddie
ear.
Van Halen. It was
Neil Peart. The band is
Neil
looking
Peart.
pretty good. Are we going to a bass player now?
But they're both dead, so it's like it's
Doesn't
not
matter.
much of a
Doesn't
band.
matter. It's a dream. It's a dream question.
Okay.
So who are we asking for a bass player? Do we ask Franco? Sandro maybe?
Let's ask Sandro.
Sandro.
Franco.
Who's
Sandro?
Well, Sandro's gonna go metal.
Who's
Sandro's
playing? Who's
going,
playing
hard-
bass in the Dream
who's playing-
Band?
Flea. That sounds good. We got a good band going.
Do you know who Flea is? Ma. Tu connais Flea? I know there's somebody wearing a Red Hot Chili Peppers t-shirt I saw before. Yeah, Flea is the bassist from the Red
Flea
Hot.
is the bass player. Okay, I mean, of course, we got to go to the front person without Bono, because. So who can we ask?
Bono is excluded, okay.
Maybe we should ask Bridget. Who's fronting this band? She's like, I don't know.
I don't.
Or maybe your daughter.
Abby, who's front? You know what? I know who to ask. Pierre, where are you? There's only one answer possible.
Yeah.
Who is
He's fainting.
so the bassist, so the guitarist is Eddie Van Halen. The drummer is Neil Peart, and the bassist is Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Who is the lead singer? You have only one answer possible. You have one possible answer. There we go.
I guess we're going with Bono.
We're going with Bono.
We're going with Bono.
Or Sarah McLachlan. That would have been the obvious choice. But you chose not to promote yourself again.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much. It was a fun time.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you soon.
This was Johnny's he's conducting the interview. No, guys, I'd like to thank. I mean, let's give a round of applause for Johnny, the amazing band, fantastic. I definitely that louder. Yeah, that was great. I thank you very much for doing this with me. I love doing this. I can do this all day. We can talk. We can sit here. If you guys want to stick around, we'll just sit and talk for a couple of hours. I just need a bottle of whiskey.
I don't want to.
And then we're good to go.
Oh, with the whiskey, yeah.
Again, I'm going to thank everyone for coming here on my behalf and on Johnny's behalf. Thank you. It's amazing doing a podcast live with performance. Wow, fantastic. And guys, have a good night. I don't know if there's any...
Is there anybody that feels left out? Did I not mention anybody that feels like I should have mentioned them?
Yeah,
I just want to make sure.
We need a story there.
Oh, yeah, j'ai parlé de Jean-François, ça marche. Jean-François about his friend, he likes what he heard. That was good. Marina, you're good? Johnny, you're good? Oh, Johnny Cafe, we filmed Attends-moi dans l'ombre in his cafe.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
We always like freebies. Anybody wants to throw freebies our way?
Always open.
Always open.
So, guys, we're going to put more of the album to keep playing. You guys can hang around,
There's no more wine
chit-chat.
because these guys, they drink everything.
Well, now they can talk.
Thank you so much
Awesome.
for coming.
Thank you, guys. We'll give the word to Johnny as a closing statement.
Oh, to me?
It's all yours.
Yeah, thank you so much, Stefano, for having us. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Merci tout le monde d'être venu. Je sais qu'il y a des amis, des collègues, du monde que je connais moins. Il y a Paco en arrière. The art gallery, is Elan still here? I don't know. But like I said, when we released the video of Silence, is to make anything extraordinary, it takes a village. Thank you for being part of the village.
How was that, guys? I really hope you enjoyed that. I had a blast doing that. My God, Johnny, his band, Albie, Fred, Franco, all the people that were there, Bridget was there. It was amazing. The turnout was great. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If feel free, leave comments, share, please share sessions with Stef. You get to see live local musicians and even some non-locals. As you saw last week, we had someone from France. I had such a blast doing it. I mean, nothing beats doing a podcast, and now nothing beats doing a podcast with a live audience. It's so much fun. I get to feed off the room. It's completely different than this, yet a lot of fun. Keep supporting. Johnny, again, thank you so much for having me do this. It was so much fun. I want to do more of this. Guys, support Gianni Bodo. I mean, that album is great. Go listen. Give him some thumbs up, some likes. Share his stuff. It's really fun stuff. He's doing it in French. The album is in French. It's a great sounding album, as you saw in the podcast. So support Gianni Bodo, support Sessions with Stef on YouTube. Go subscribe, Apple Podcast, Spotify, all of that. Subscribe, share it. If you guys have any comments, please feel free to leave them. If you have any suggestions of artists you'd like to see on Sessions with Stef or live podcasts you want to do, feel free to reach out, guys. Thank you so much. And until the next Sessions with Stef is now done.